Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world of professional wrestling, and welcome to episode number 77 of the Groupchat Wrestling Podcast. As you see, it is the dynamic duo of myself and Lucy tonight. You know what? Life happens, things happen, but don't worry, we got you covered for the wacky world of professional wrestling. We're gonna hit you off with a little bit of a slight review of the AEW World's End pay-per-view coming up, because at this moment right now, we don't have the full card. Well, you don't know the full card. I know the full card because I was at the Christmas Collision taping this past Sunday night at the Hammerstein Ballroom. Oh my God. I will say this without giving anything away. The semifinals for the Continental Classic, you are in for a fucking treat this Saturday. Well, even for Saturday, you are in for a treat this entire upcoming Thursday night for Collision Christmas. It's a 2.5 hour show, by the way. So it's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. So Lucy, you, all my friends from the UK, you're gonna have to stay up a little bit later to watch this Thursday. But because it's 6 matches in the Continental Classic that they had to do that night, plus a women's tags match that they had to do, plus other promos and stuff like that. But yeah, you're in for a treat. But yeah, let's dive into what we can do for World's End. So right now, there's really only about 5 official matches. Well, 3, that we know for sure. So let's start with the women's world title match between Statlander and Hayter. What do you think this match is going right here? Because we saw from the UK show that Hayter accidentally hitting Stat with the with the clothesline, accidentally
She
taking
did
out
not
the
look sorry.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
It is what it is, but
happens.
that's it.
Lol.
It's But what do you
Yeah.
think? Where do you see this match going right here?
Oh, I don't want anyone to yell at me, but I think we're going to see a heel Jamie Hayter. I don't
Yeah, I think
know.
she's
I
going
think.
heel. But do you think she pulls it off on Saturday?
Oh, I don't know because I want Jamie to win. I do. I love Jamie, but I also don't want Kris to lose yet. No, I don't think she does. I don't think anyone takes it from Kris until Mercedes does it.
I don't know if Mercedes takes it off her, but yeah, I think it's way too soon for Statlander to lose it yet, because Stat, I think, is just begun her title reign right now, and to lose so soon, especially after beating Mercedes last month at Full Gear, I think it would be way too soon in my opinion. She could go well into next year. I mean, I don't know, does she go all the way to All In with the belt and
Yeah.
lose it? Yeah, that's a long
Wait,
time.
you don't think Mercedes is the one to take it?
I don't know, because she has a whole bunch of other belts to lose before she can
They
even
are
get.
dropping like flies.
I mean, yeah, I know she dropped 2 to Windsor, to Windsor to the UK, but it all depends on how fast she does. Like, because I think we all know that the TBS title, I think, has to be the last belt that she loses. That has to be the very last one where she just complete crash out right there. And then I've always said in my head, when she does lose that title, when she's like down in the dumps in the back, it would be a total waste if Harley Cameron is not the first one to like kind of greet her in the back with Puppet Monet just out of the corner and just be like, "Oh, Mercedes, what you doing?" Harley would be the perfect one to like console her right there. But yeah, it all depends on how long it takes for her to lose those belts. I mean, we'll see how that goes. But no, I do think Statlander does retain. I think they'll have a great match this Saturday, and I don't think a loss will hurt Hayter right now. She's just getting back in the thick of things, from coming back from injury. But yeah, I think she'll still have a good 2026, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think Statlander retains.
Agreed, yeah. Much as it'll hurt me to see my beloved Jamie lose, yeah, Stat needs to keep it just a little bit longer.
Yeah, too soon in my opinion.
And she needs to make things right with Willow first. Power of friendship.
You know what? We'll touch on that a little later, maybe down the line. But we'll stick with the women right here. Speaking of Willow, the women's tag team titles are on the line, as the Babes of Wrath will actually have a rematch from their first round matchup in the tournament against Mercedes and Athena, the 2 women power trip. And this is another one. This is way too soon. Way too soon for them to lose it, especially I'm sure like how you experienced in the UK and how I experienced this past this Sunday. Like, they are over as hell.
Oh,
Like Willow and Harley, like, I mean, they are over the moon. Like, there's no reason, there's no way they can lose these titles now. I know it's Mercedes, I know it's Athena, the two best in the world right there, but I think the babes will retain. But I think we have to pay attention to the dynamic between Mercedes and Athena, how they interact during the match, and who takes the pin to cause their team to match. I think for the story right here, Mercedes this time, because remember, Athena took the pin in the first match. I need Mercedes to take the pin in this match right here. It doesn't matter whether it's Willow or Harley right here. And I need Mercedes and Athena at each other's throats, blaming each other for the loss, to the point where, does this set up a future title feud between Mercedes and Athena? Is Athena eventually going to be the one to take the title, the TBS title, off of Mercedes, and that, in a way, puts Athena full time on the AEW roster heading into 2026? That's something maybe to pay attention to going forward. But no, the babes, Harley and Willow, they gotta win. They gotta win this Saturday.
absolutely. You know me, I don't care how good an individual is. I always want the best team to win. I'm all about teamwork, friendship, all that kind of thing. And yeah, I need Athena and Mercedes to not be able to coexist. Because it's time. It's time to bring Athena to AEW. How long has she been Ring of Honor now? 3 years? Something crazy?
Over 3 years, and yeah,
Over 3 years.
it's time. Whenever the first Ring of Honor pay-per-view is next year, which I think is the same weekend probably as Revolution, I'm gonna assume, like, that's when I think it's time for her to move on to the
Who
AEW
does she
roster. But
drop it
yeah, I
to,
think the
though?
better story is, well, that's a tough question. I mean, I don't know. I've said numerous times in the past I thought it was gonna be Billy Starks, but I mean, we'll see how that goes. But I mean, they've made a few additions in the Ring of Honor
Mm.
roster, so I mean, we'll see what's going on. I mean, Ring of Honor is the women division has definitely stepped up big time. I mean,
God, yeah.
it is stacked from top to bottom, so we'll see what happens. I can't even call it right now, but yeah, I think Will and Harley, I think they definitely retain.
The women's division in AEW stepped up as well. I saw someone on Twitter, I don't know why I still go on there, but I do. Someone on there saying, oh, AEW doesn't feel like 2019 AEW anymore. I'm like, no, because there are women on the TV. It doesn't feel like, and they were getting quite rightly roasted. It's like, no, because the women's division is actually a decent focus now. And yeah, no, it doesn't feel like 2019 anymore because now there are storylines involving the women, like the tag teams, like Mercedes, like Athena. And my pick to dethrone Athena is Diona, Diona Perazzo.
Really?
Give her the ball and let her run with it. Yes, I don't. She's had a couple of like not amazing showings, but I know how good she can be,
Yeah.
and I think if they just give her that chance, she will absolutely step up.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't mind that at all. But yeah, I know I saw the same post you were talking about, like comparing
Yeah,
2019 AEW to now, and it's like, listen, I mean this respectfully as possible to 2019 AEW. Go back and go on Cage Match or whatever. Look on the match cards from 2019 AEW compared to like what you guys just had in the UK to what we just had here in the weekend here in New York. And respectfully, there is no comparison, like from not just the women's roster, from the men's roster, tag team, booking
yeah,
store. There's no comparison, with all due respect. I mean,
yeah.
and
We had
it's
fucking
just
Jimmy Havoc and Jake Hager running around. The nightmare sisters, and no, no. It was great. It felt amazing. It felt brilliant. It felt like we were
the
part of something big.
remember the
Like,
Nightmare Collective when they
try
shaved their heads, like,
not with the help of therapy, no.
yeah, it was bad. It was
Blocked it
so
out.
bad.
Gone. Delete. Delete.
Yeah, like don't. Oh god,
Delete.
freaking Matt Hardy everywhere. But no, yeah, there is no comparison. Like, I understand the feel for nostalgia here and there, but I mean, 2025 AEW just kicks the shit out of 2019 AEW, because I understand, like, looking back at it, but it was more so that it's the alternative to the establishment in WWE that we wanted so badly. And yeah, I can understand the excitement back then, but if you ask me where to go, like, I'm not leaving here for that back there. There's
No.
no no goddamn comparison, but you
Yeah.
know, it is what it is. And just real quick before we move on, I think I saw like I think it was in a media call for World's End, like Tony Khan talked about like as far as like free agents picked up this year, and what his philosophy was like more picking up people who fit AEW and what the product represents today, and like the specific three that he was talking about were Speedball, Jet, and Tekla. Like you cannot think of I can't think of three better people signings. I mean, you could add Megan Bain in there as well, like that just fit AEW like a glove. Like it's not in the old years of like 2021, 2022, just picking up any big names that are available. No, it's like he's gonna find the best people out there who fit what AEW is trying to be as an alternative product to WWE and just the establishment in general. I mean, if you and the performances that Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight have done during the Continental Classic, I mean, that just shows you they fit this promotion to a T. And then Tekla, I mean, I've said before, Tekla is kind of like doing the swerve route when he came into 2022. Like
Hmm.
she is fitting perfectly. Like she has done everything that has been asked about her. Like start a faction with the Sisters of Sin, and go into just count program after program. I mean, start a great physical rivalry with Queen Aminata, then go right into Jamie Hayter right there, and then be in the first women's blood and guts match. I mean, all the women involved in there. And it's like you see her in all the Christmas Office commercials like the past month or so, and it's like she is there. She is front and center. It's like she's right up there as I think is the next big star in the division. And I hope in 2026 that she. I hope that Tony like rewards people like her that we found out that her goal was to be in AEW. Like it
Mm.
wasn't the old. I feel like slowly but surely we're moving away from the generation of wrestlers that it's it's WrestleMania, it's the dream, it's stuff. I feel like slowly but surely it's gonna take years, it's gonna take time, but
Yeah.
a lot of wrestlers are gonna start moving away from that goal and just they want to set their own mark. They want to walk their own path, like a Tekla herself is doing right now. So I hope in 2026 that she does get rewarded for the amazing work she's done here, and that she could be how do you say like the example of like how you come in, you do the work, and you do everything that's been asked for you, then further down the line you get paid for it, you get rewarded for it in the long term. I think Tekla is gonna follow suit in 2026 in regards to that.
Absolutely. All the new signings they've made as well, there was a place for them. They weren't just bringing in someone with a name and pushing out others. Tekla was so badly needed as the talker in that group. Speedball, Kevin Knight, they fit perfectly into that tag team division, and it hasn't cost anyone else their spot. One of the things that I'm not so keen on with everyone going, oh, sign them, sign them, sign them, sign them. Who do you take out? Like with the signings this year, it feels like they've looked for where there's a gap and filled it rather than brought someone in and made a place for them. Like bringing in Punk and pushing Hangman to the side or, something like that. It's like everybody's, oh, sign this WWE name, sign that WWE name. And put them where?
Yeah, I
Are you going to
mean,
put them?
because when you
The ones they've chosen this year
mhm.
fit in. There was a gap for them.
Yeah, especially with like Tekla, because remember she pretty much came in right after Mariah May
Yeah.
left, so it was like instant, like easy slipping right there, and then her as well with Mina and with Megan Main as well. Like they didn't come in and they didn't like kick anyone to the side. They didn't replace anyone. It's like there was gaps to fill, and that's exactly what they did. And we've seen other following other signings like go to Ring of Honor because we're seeing more elevation from Ring of Honor come up to the main
Mm.
roster now. So and then I kind of look at those signings more as like development going forward. So I mean, that's what I think the signings this year have been more strategic, and more calculated to what fits AEW,
Yeah.
what they want to do on a consistent basis, more so, oh, whatever the big name is available, and we push whoever's to the side for just no reason.
Yeah. I mean, one caveat to that, for the big names is if you can get Bailey, you fucking get Bailey.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You
Well,
push anyone to the side for Bailey.
listen.
She's different. She doesn't count.
Oh yeah, no, she's different when like yeah. Well, I'll touch on Bailey real quick. Like so, if for any of the fans out there, we saw the you seen the WWE the WrestleMania 42 promo that they did with all the women sitting at the dinner table, in Vegas and whatnot. And of course, unfortunately, Bayley was one of the ones who was excluded from that promotion. And I think they asked Bayley like how she felt about it. I think she joked around saying, "Oh, I would have ate everyone's dinner plates anyway." So it is what it is. But I think that's just her like being, what is she supposed to say about it? But I mean, it, I'll give you a little quick history on her. Like last year, she won the Royal Rumble last year, and it was an amazing moment. This was when I was still watching it to an extent, like kind of on the regular. And I could say right now, all the fans in the crowd were so excited for Bayley winning. She pointed at the WrestleMania sign. There's a cool shot where all the fans are pointing with her to the WrestleMania sign. And then how did they capitalize on that? For everyone who knows, that was it was a couple weeks later where they had the press conference in Vegas there promoting WrestleMania. They had two women there at the press conference right there. You know who those two women were? Neither one of them being a Royal Rumble winner, Bayley. No, they had fucking Rhea Ripley and freaking Becky Lynch there, having a stare down, having a little 1v1 talk session. Mind you, this was before Elimination Chamber, where Becky won that match to face Rhea for the women's title at WrestleMania. So they told you right off the back that they didn't give a fuck about Bayley winning the Royal Rumble. Because how do you have a press conference for WrestleMania in Vegas and you don't have your Royal Rumble winner there? And then you fast forward after Elimination Chamber, they speed through the story with her and Io and just splitting up that faction right there. They do it in just weeks before before Mania, just completely like just blowing by it. That shows you how little they care. They had a great match at WrestleMania, her and Io Sky. I mean, Io is top 5 in the world. It was great. Of course they are, but Bayley wins. She gets a moment. Then after that, it was a complete clusterfuck of a run. She loses at SummerSlam, and since then, it's just she's always like just background fodder for the future of the WWE Women's roster going forward. So yeah, I mean, I know I try to let myself, oh, sign this, sign person, you can't sign her, but no, like I said, Bayley's fucking different. Like Bayley, like just imagine the fucking chaos that her and Mercedes can cause, like in AEW with them being together, and we see everything that she does outside of the Fed. Like she did the damn she did the freaking
for independent wrestlers, like
she did
the training thing.
She held a seminar for a weekend in I think it was in Miami or in Tampa for the entire weekend, all on her dime, inviting all the independent wrestlers from all around the world to come in there for training, for seminars, like how to work in the ring, like promos, like entrances and all that. You saw other people like Charlotte was there as well, and Nat and Natalia as well, and yeah, like you see that she cares for this, she cares about the future, but I just think her standing in WWE, I just feel like maybe her time is coming up short. So yeah, like next year, 2026, I wouldn't mind if Bayley was all elite.
I'll offer a trade on behalf of AEW. WWE, we get Bayley for AEW. You guys get Danhausen. No, honestly, don't switch off. Don't switch off. Danhausen, okay? He doesn't need much. He lives under the ring. Rent is free. Don't have to pay his travel. You just pack him up with the ring, take him with you. Honestly, Danhausen sells t-shirts. Kids will love him. Put him with that lizard iguana dude.
Oh yeah.
You will print money. Honestly, you won't even miss Bayley. You won't even know she's gone. Okay?
Yeah, no.
Not that they even know Danhausen for Bayley.
Not that they even know that she's probably there, but no, I think so Danhausen's contract comes up in February, and I think more than likely, I think he's there. Like I said, he's a merch. They're gonna print money with him there. Like I said, put him Mr. Iguana down there in AAA, and then it's off to the races. And him and Punk are good friends, so I wouldn't be surprised he put a good word for him already. But we'll.
And I like Danhausen. I do. I think that they could have done more with him. I don't think he's terrible and should leave or anything. It's just he's obviously wants to leave, so
Yeah.
Do a little trade.
Yeah, I think he'll be in WWE next year. But so yeah, one more match from World's End. We got the 4-way for the men's world heavyweight title. Swerve, Joe, Hangman and MJF. Like, so I think, so yeah, MJF, he cashed in his contract to make it a 4-way.
He did, and
I
I
think,
was there. I was in the building. And can I say that when the light
yeah.
went out, we were all like, oh, it's going to be like an ops beatdown. Great. And then the fucking Burberry came, and it was the original Burberry. It's not the black version. It's the original Burberry. His music started. Every person in that arena was on their feet. There was a little kid sitting behind me the whole show. He was amazing. It was his first AEW show.
Nice.
Loves wrestling. Couldn't get into WWE, but he played the games, the computer games. So he wanted to know if Daniel Bryan was there because that's who he names. I was like, well, no, but you know. So at the beginning, he was like, who's this? Who's this? Who's this? MJF came out, and I said to him, I said, this is the biggest baddie in AEW. He's the worst. He is the biggest baddie that we have. Right? Looks so serious. By the end, he's there going, MJF. You failed, but understandable. Everyone was just delighted to see him, even though the shithead, he's our shit.
Yeah.
Hell of a moment.
I can imagine, but I was thinking like when this match being announced, like I feel like it's too obvious for MJF to win. You know what I mean? Like he cashes in, and it's like you think like he's gonna find a way to weasel, like, you know, pounce on the right moment to steal the win, to steal the title. I feel it's too obvious for it to be MJ. I don't know. It's like, you know, when you take when you take quizzes, like in you know, back at school, multiplication, like it's always the obvious one is most of the time the right one, but sometimes it's not. And I don't know. I feel I'm gonna go gut.
Go on.
No, I say, like, I'm thinking about it. I say don't be surprised if Swerve comes away with the title. Because think about this. Think about this. Like, we are so, you know, a lot of people are not happy. Like, I guess with how Hangman lost the title, and now him and Swerve are like, hi, Andy. I wasn't gonna say his name until you said it. So we'll get the name right there. I mean, but yeah, no, a lot of people are not too happy with that dynamic between Swerve and Heyman, that they seem all buddy and they're on the same page. But I just feel like, I don't know, there's going to be a moment in the match where it's going to come down between Swerve and Hangman, you know, like for a minute or so. And it's like,
no, they're friends now, Brett. No.
I could see a scenario. Oh my, I'm going to call the scenario out right now. I could see a scenario where Hangman hits MJF with that buckshot lariat, and Joe's nowhere to be seen, and out of nowhere, Swerve hits the nastiest house call kick on Hangman, picks up the 1, 2, 3. And I mean, it's nothing heelish. It's a 4-way. It's every man for himself. I mean, I'm saying Swerve is going to be opportunistic. I think the winner of this match is going to pick their spot perfectly right here. And I think in a way, Swerve is going to he's going to out scheme MJF in my opinion, because I think Hangman's going to see red with MJF in there. And I think he's going to take his head off with that buckshot lariat, and then out of nowhere, Swerve hits that house call kick on Hangman, gets him out of there. He pins MJF for the 1, 2, 3. Swerve is going to walk out of Chicago with the World Heavyweight Championship. Ooh, and that's a legit Swerve right there.
Oh, this is horrifying. This is awful. And I can hear Andy.
Well, it's not a bad thing. It's a fatal 4-way.
This is all that would lead more and more towards a Swerve heel turn, which I am rejecting as a premise, even though it seems obvious. I'm rejecting it. No.
I mean, well, you know what? A Swerve heel turn and a Swerve title heel run, it goes into one of my predictions I got for next year for Wembley. For we all know that Will Ospreay, I'm sure it's penciled in, he's going to win the world title there. We haven't even talked about who should be his opponent over there. I've heard MJF. I'm like, we've seen MJF and Ospreay in Wembley.
Sure.
How about someone that he has never beaten yet? He has never beaten Swerve 1v1. He's not.
Oh,
Swerve
Swerve is
is
a
big
good
brother
boy
to.
now.
Swerve is big. It don't matter until Ospreay pins his shoulders to the mat. Swerve is still big brother to Will Ospreay. That's how Swerve looks at Ospreay, and that's how Ospreay looks at Swerve, right there. I mean, like, what better? Like I said, an instance where, like I said, he has never pinned Swerve in the middle of the ring, and what better way to do it to the first time in Wembley, this
Damn it,
upcoming summer.
that
I
actually doesn't
mean,
sound too bad. Fuck.
yeah, I mean, shit. We know
I'm
how
just
bad and
brainwashing.
evil. We know how bad
No.
and evil Swerve can get. I mean, shit. Build up that heat towards Wembley, like in Ospreay's home right there.
What does a heel Swerve do with Prince Nana? Answer me that.
Hey, listen. You know what?
Be careful, because
House
I have got
Call
one
kick
here.
him the hell out of there. Because think about this. It all starts with his new entrance music right now. Like when you look at him, Nana coming out, like I know he's changed it up, but with the music and the aesthetic that Swerve is giving off right now, it gives like a different change of like just how he moves, how he operates, like it's not about singing, dancing out there, we're not swerving when we drive out there anymore. Like the song's chance that he's the most dangerous out there. So most dangerous means like you don't know what's gonna come next. Like he could come out there with Nana on the first Dynamite after he wins the title, cuts his promo, and then he just takes out fucking Nana right there. Because we're not gonna be at a point where if it's just Swerve and title that we're gonna boom right there. No. We all love Nana. How do you fix that problem real quick? You take Nana out of the equation.
Poor Nana.
Yeah,
No,
I
no,
mean,
no, no, no.
yeah.
I understand. Okay, I have heard you. I've heard Andy going on about Swerve needs 10, Swerve needs 10. Otherwise, it's no. Hangman and Swerve. I don't care if other people think it doesn't make sense. Hangman and Swerve are becoming friends. They are learning to work together. It is called the power of friendship and forgiveness and Christmas spirit. And in fact, I'm wearing a Christmas jumper, so I'm going to. And Brett is not. I, as usual, I'm the only one who's done this properly and put my D's nuts Christmas jumper up. Yeah, D's nuts roasting on an open fire. Eddie Kingston special.
Oh my god.
Okay, Swerve and Hangman are learning
I came
to bring out the
underprepared
best
for this.
as well as the. Yeah, you did. You should feel nothing but shame. Swerve and Hangman are learning to bring out the best as well as the worst in each other. They're not going to be besties and holding hands and going for ice cream, although that would be lovely. They are, however, learning to respect each other and to forgive and move on. And if Swerve turns heel, then some of you never watched the Care Bears as a child, and it shows. Some of you have thumbtacks in your soul.
I was more of a Teletubbies guy, but either way.
Well, it shows because it's Wolf Team. My pick is Joe because it's Joe. And I fucking adore Joe. I have never, ever not rooted for Samoa Joe. I can't root. He's my, like, everyone has like their guy, Joe. Storyline wise, I think you can have you for any of them. I think MJF probably makes the most sense to me, but I'm still going for Joe because it's Joe and he's my guy.
No, yeah. I listen. I would hate it if Joe won, especially like is it true that the contract he's on, like it's up next year, right?
I don't think it's long.
Yeah, like
and the other three, we have years and years to see them as champions. They've got a million storylines that can be in. Joe, if he's not doing TV, if he's on a limited wrestling schedule anyway, he hasn't got that long left in the ring full time.
Yeah.
And I just want as much of him as we can. I want to have an amazing run as champion. Hangman, Swerve, and MJF will have their chance.
Yeah.
They'll have another. I mean, they've all been champion, but they'll have another dozen chances.
Like this is it for Joe. Like this current reign, however long it goes, I think we can safely say like this is his final like hurrah in a sense. I mean, and shit, like it's gonna be sad, a very sad day if and when he's last time he steps in the ring, because it's like he's just such a unique blend of like just realness and toughness and just just how legitimate he is, like both in and out of the ring when the bell rings, on the mic and everything like that. He never gives you the impression that he's playing a part. Like, no, he is Samoa Joe. He is the best Joe. He's the best Samoan Joe
Yeah.
in
Yeah. And he's
professional
not
wrestling.
Samoan. I don't think he's called Joe, but either.
Yeah, exactly. But no, Joe is just, I mean, from his days in TNA, like, well, even back then, before his days in the Indies, in Ring of Honor and
Ring of Honor.
TNA, I mean, his fucking rivalry with Kurt Angle and AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels. I mean, maybe the greatest triple threat match of all time, debatable. Him, AJ, and Christopher Daniels in TNA. I mean, like I said, it's gonna be a very emotional day if and when his final match is in 2026. Like, that's gonna be a sight to see. But yeah, I mean, the mark that he's left in the world of professional wrestling may never be duplicated, in the sense of, like, how do you say, just authenticity, just look, just feel, just the total package, in my opinion.
Oh God, yeah. The man looked cool in a waterproof poncho, for God's sake. Nobody
Yeah,
else can do that. And from a purely selfish perspective, I would love to see Joe at Wembley win the world title. Whether he loses it there or retains it, I would love that as just a personal thing. It would be
yeah,
amazing. So
right.
yeah, my pick is Joe retains.
All right. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
upset with that at all.
Yeah,
So
even though I think they're hinting that MJF will. But wait, the Diamond Ring, right? Have you seen
okay,
the
so this
final of
is
that?
the
What
finals
happened?
is Ricochet and Bandito tomorrow night on Christmas Dynamite.
Okay.
So the winner of that match will face the
Yes.
champion at Maximum Carnage next
So they
month.
don't face MJF, the
No,
holder of the
no,
Diamond Ring.
no. So
Okay.
MJF had you were
No,
there.
he's not involved at all. You don't defend the Diamond Ring. It's not like the Continental
No, so
Championship or
MJF,
anything.
yeah, it doesn't travel. It's brand new. So it's specifically
Okay.
Ricochet and Bandito. The winner of that match faces the champion, like the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, at Maximum Carnage next month.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So MJF
We already have
doesn't.
our next challenger set up.
So unless MJF is the world champion, then he doesn't factor in at all to this.
Got it.
All right. But you know what? With your festive sweater on, Christmas is around the corner. So let's get into it real quick.
Yeah.
What do you want for Christmas, wrestling wise, in the world of professional
Oh.
wrestling?
Well, since we're being festive, I don't feel right without the blue and yellow, so I've got a sort of fancy. I want Santa for Christmas. I've been really good this year. For once, I've been very, very good.
Debatable.
And shush, look, he doesn't know. He can't be everywhere. He's handed out presents with Jingle Boy Jack Perry on Collision the other week, so he's fine. He's busy. He's busy. Santa, this year I would like the women of AEW to main event a pay-per-view, and not just here, damn, or your famous names type of main event. I want it to make sense storyline wise. I want them to have the biggest story, and I want it to make sense that they main event a pay-per-view. Thank you, Santa. Oh, and a free hat.
What was that?
Brett,
A
what
free
would
what?
you like? A free hat. I want a free
hat?
hat.
Yeah, free
Yeah,
hat is never bad.
free hat.
Right.
And also Brandon Cutler to be at a show that I'm at and not be hiding, because Brandon, as saw BTE, I know you were there. I know you were in the building. Okay? Don't be shy. Honestly, there's no need to hide.
Well,
I
that's
think
why he's hiding, because he knows if you see him that you're gonna lose your goddamn mind and chase him throughout the entire building.
it's not a big building either. I can find him. No, he's just being
Jesus.
shy. Bless. Honestly, the armor tank guards, sniffer dogs, it was total overkill. There's no need
Right.
to find him. What do you want for Christmas? And tell us down in the comments as well while Brett's thinking about it. Tell me in the
Yes,
comments, what are you asking Wrestling Santa for Christmas?
Yes, before I give this my answer, in the comments, please let us know, what do you want from Wrestling Santa for Christmas? What is one thing you would like for under the tree as a professional wrestling fan? And my pick is, well, this kind of This kind of ties into you may have already seen. I think it was from leaked clip from Tony Khan speaking at Christmas Dynamite at Hammerstein Ballroom. That there's a leaked clip of him saying, I think a lot of wrestling fans already knew this, but back in 2019, before AEW started, that there was reported rumors at the time, which Tony confirmed, that the first episode of Dynamite was supposed to take place at Madison Square Garden. I think he said that the owners of the Garden had hit him up about potentially, doing the first Dynamite there. There was never any dates locked in. There was never they were just gauging interest, and Tony, of course, said yes. I think he said a couple months later, the people who the Garden had a relationship with, wink, wink, the Fed, WWE, that they would not be too happy with it, and the crowd immediately started booing and started yelling, "Fuck the Fed!" Fans in New York City screaming, "Fuck the Fed!" I mean, that's a sight to see. So, what do I want for Wrestling Christmas? I want not even an episode. I want a pay-per-view, an AEW pay-per-view in Madison Square fucking Garden. Okay, listen, we got a new mayor here. We got a sicko as our mayor, Zoran Mamdani, who was there for Grand Slam, was there live to see Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson. So we got a sicko as my mayor over here. Tony, pick up the phone, call Zoran, make that shit happen, man. Fuck that relationship right there. Madison Square Garden, get a goddamn pay-per-view right there. I mean, fuck it, put All Out next year in Madison Square Garden. We're tired of Chicago, man. You have it every year. Give it a break. Move that shit to New York City, and we will sell that bitch out right there. Like, immediately, yeah. That's what I want for Christmas. I want a AEW pay-per-view at Madison Square Garden, the mecca of professional wrestling right there. Make it happen.
Okay, Sandra, his is better. Do his.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
Daly's place is closed for a year or two now, getting renovated. So
yeah, like that, and that and the stadium across the street too. So
yeah, so
all that's getting renovated. But yeah, that's a good one. I want right there.
Wow, well, you don't ask for much, do you, Brett?
No, I don't. So we went over all that we can do with World's End because the whole card isn't out yet. You'll find out in a couple days on Christmas Collision what the rest of the card is. And like I said, I was there for the taping Christmas Collision. I'm going to go on a limb and say that was the best Collision of the year. You are going to love it.
Does it really beat Manchester's?
I mean, it's tough. It's right there. I think it's mostly because like it's also the final day of the Continental Classic, so all 6 matches they had to put in to that card, but also the women's tag match between Babes of Wrath versus My World and Hyun.
Oh yeah.
That's also, like, let me tell you, and those two right there, those are the next two that we're gonna get all elite graphics very soon. Like them as a tag team, they are very good. I think they will definitely benefit the women's tag team division, not just in AEW, but in Ring of Honor, or if they want to send them down to CMLL or New Japan or Stardom as well. Like, I think they will be a great benefit to the roster. I mean, they're getting all these fucking chances, like I said, because those 2 dingbats last month and freaking Tegan and whatever the other idiot's name was who said no, like couldn't do a 3-minute match.
Kill for 2 minutes on AEW TV. They would kill.
2 minutes, 3 minutes, and look how it benefited My World and Hyun. I mean, look at everything they've done in the past month and a half since then. And like I said, it's open the doors because I'm pretty much sure that My World is going to be on Ospreay's show in when is it in March or April?
March? Yes, I have my ticket to that Wrestle Queen in March.
I saw on Twitter. I think it was a few weeks ago. Like Maya, like hey, Will, and Will immediately replied. So don't be surprised to see My World there live at at the Eve Riot show. Oh yeah, like shit.
Can't wait for that.
But yeah. So you know what? One more thing before we go. How about a quick bold prediction? Just one bold prediction for 2026. If you want to give one too, but I'll give you one right now. Bold prediction. It was never made official. Bryan Danielson never made it official that he's officially retired from professional wrestling. Ever since he got taken out with the plastic bag by the Death Riders last year, Wrestle Dream, That's the last in-ring action we've seen him in there, you know, officially on an official capacity. I know he had that one match in CMLL, I think, along with Blue Panther for, I think it was Ring of Honor Global Wars. I think he helped him out there. But I think we're gonna get one more match, one final official retirement match from Bryan Danielson, and you and me and the rest of the crew will be there live. Why? Because it's gonna be in Wembley Stadium. It's gonna be at All In. Because where other place would you put his final match where he won the AEW title for the very first time and the only time? That's who Bryan Danielson will have his final match of his career at All In Wembley Stadium, and there's only one man he could face. It's been a rematch over 5 years in the making. They've only had one match. It was a draw in New York City. I was there live. It was one of the best matches we've ever seen live. There's no better person for him to end his career against. Bryan Danielson one-on-one, AEW All In Wembley against Kenny Omega. If he has one more full match left in the tank, who better else for him to end his career than the wrestling god, the one-winged angel himself? I mean, who can better to make each other look like $1 million, like when they're unfortunately closer to the end of the career than they are the beginning, than Danielson and Omega. You know, we talk so much about the yesteryears of that feeling, restore the feeling. I don't believe in restoring the feeling anymore, but just one more like hurrah, like one more like tip of the hat to, like, you know, the old days of AEW, like the first real big show after the pandemic as well. You know, Danielson, Omega, All In Wembley. If Danielson has in his mind for one final match, that's where you do it right there. And
Yeah.
god damn it, like, I will cry like a little bit, because I can tell you right now, Danielson is on my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
He's as you know, Brett is my GOAT. I got him tattooed on my left arm. Danielson is the most important wrestler for me, in a sense, like, no lie. Early 2010s, he was the only reason I was watching WWE for. He was the only reason I was watching, like, mainstream professional wrestling for. Like, when he came up, you know, that started the Yes movement, that took down the Authority, WrestleMania 30. Like, that was one of my favorite times as a wrestling fan. He kept me hooked, and it's like, he's the ultimate underdog. Like, those are the guys I always cheer for, I root for the most, because that's who I familiarize with. That's who I feel more towards, you know, like, and for me, that would be a perfect send off right there. Danielson, Omega, All In 2026. Do it, Tony.
2 out of 3 balls.
Hmm?
2 out of 3 balls.
Oh, that would be too much.
Because I'm a greedy bitch.
Yeah.
Bryan has asked for 2 out of 3 falls match somewhere with Zack Sabre Jr. So we need that. If he's gonna do one of those, it's for Zack. That is a bold prediction, and I hope you are right, because I will be at Wembley. You will hear me screaming, just as I was when I saw him win the title at Wembley. That was one of the coolest things I've ever been a part of. My bold prediction. Okay, well, it's not going to top that. My bold prediction. Oh, do I go heartfelt or do I go controversial?
Whatever you want. Whatever. How about this? Do something that you feel is real. Can be a realistic thing.
Okay.
That's realistic in a sense.
All right. My realistic one is that. Fuck it. Let's go. By the end of next year, Triple H will no longer be in charge of booking WWE.
Really?
That is my prediction. There's a power struggle going on between him and The Rock right now. If The Rock doesn't win, I think someone else takes over. But I think by this time next year, Triple H isn't in charge anymore. That is mine. And also, Holly Cameron's a singles champion. Because
I like that one.
That would be my
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Triple H.
Do you think? Do you think?
Either because he steps down or because he's ousted.
I was gonna say, do you think Cena colludes with The Rock?
Collusion! Oh my god. Whatever it takes to get rid of the fucker, honestly. Get him out of
You know what? This
Jesus.
time next year, It's a realistic possibility. And here's the thing, it's not even like AEW fans like us talking about this. No, it's a lot of WWE fans who are just tired of
Look
his
at all the
shit.
awards that have come out.
Yeah.
Like, AEW has swept everything.
It
Promotion,
completely flipped.
Booker, I'm not Max, but
It completely flipped from last year. Last year it was all WWE, and now it's all AEW at this point. And you know what? I joked on Twitter saying, "Oh, everyone's acting all rational behind these decisions," but no, like it's like, God damn, a couple of publications put out these awards right there, and got these idiot fucking podcasters. One in particular from Long Island saying Tony Khan paid for these awards, but he paid for the awards, but he didn't pay for match of the year, which they gave to Io, Bianca, and Rhea at WrestleMania 40, which was a great women's triple match. Great match. Like, no,
yeah, but it wasn't match of the year. Like,
I mean, but that's what
yeah,
Sports Illustrated shows. But remember,
yeah.
Tony
Okay,
paid
it
for.
wasn't my match. But
No,
yeah,
it
I'm
wasn't
not
my
losing
match
my
of the year. It
shit
wasn't.
over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
He
if you,
couldn't afford it apparently, and he couldn't afford to pay them last year either, I guess.
yeah,
Well, who the fuck paid for tag team of the year then? Because TNA are fucking broke. Who bought Matt and Jeff Hardy their reward if people are paying for them? TNA
I
certainly can't.
I guess so.
No, just people have different opinions.
Maybe
Wait till you hear
WWE.
our awards.
Oh, yes. So with that, I think that's a perfect place to end right there. So speaking of
Indeed.
awards, please pay attention to our socials on Twitter, GW Podcast UK, for all news and updates for our award show coming up next week. Pay attention if you are not signed up to our Discord, go on to GW Podcast UK on Twitter to click the link to join our Discord, and just be on the lookout for all of our awards candidates for. We're gonna have our match of the year, male wrestler of the year, women wrestler of the year, and so many other wacky and fun categories as well.
Make sure you vote for the most brilliant, beautiful ball babe of the year. The nominations are Brandon Cutler. I don't know why. Wait. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm done.
All right. All right, guys. Yes, please just be on the lookout for our awards nominations for our end of the year awards. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok, GW Podcast UK, where we upload clips from every episode. And once again, thank you for your continued support for the Group Chat Wrestling Podcast. I am that ball bro. Once again, thank you, Lucy, for joining me tonight for the awesome dynamic dude that we were tonight. With that, I say goodbye and good night. Ba-bang.